got a question here because he's got an ex that the ex hasn't reached out, but her kid has for some advice from you.
Yeah, my ex's kid reached out to me. So me and this girl, we dated a couple years ago. She had an older kid. She was older herself. And
These older women love you, don't they?
I mean, it's just easier. Like, you don't have to deal with some of the childish nonsense. Like, they have to deal with it for me, but I don't have to deal with it.
Okay.
So, and they've got money, and there's a lot of benefits to dating sometimes a more mature woman.
But what's the benefit for them? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They get,
Yikes.
yeah, look, they get all
of this.
I'm looking. Where?
So we dated a couple years back. It just, timing didn't work out. We were in different places, like career-wise and everything. Mostly I didn't have a career at the time. And plus she was moving out of state. So we just kind of amicably split up. We still talk from time to time. Everything's cool. And then the other day I got a Facebook message from her kid who has turned 18, I think back in August.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice kid and everything. And he asked me for some dating advice. As a man, he's going to be going to college. He's starting like summer semester, so he wanted some advice from me. And he also asked me not to tell his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what to say because she's bisexual. So I kind of follow her on Facebook. So I haven't seen her with another guy since me. And so I get why he's asking because, they don't have like a big family or anything like that. So
it's an honor. I mean, you left quite an impression on this kid that he feels trusting enough to lean on you, I think, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just not a whole lot of men in his life, older men in his life. So I kind of got chosen by default there. But
I think it depends because it depends on the advice.
Yeah.
So what advice did you give?
I haven't given him any advice because
You don't know if you should.
I don't know if I should because I'm not in his life. And I want to respect his wishes and not tell his mom, that he reached out.
I guess it depends how serious the advice is he's looking for here. Is it just like basic dating advice?
Well, I think he's kind of looking for a bit of the talk as well.
Oh. At 18.
Like sometimes you get like the talk early on, don't do it, and then you get like the real talk later on before you go to college.
I think it's like it's an extension of the talk. So he knows how everything works, but now he wants some more details before he engages.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are the manliest man figure in this boy's life, I think that's saying something. And you should help him.
By all means.
What would you tell him?
I mean, I would tell him like just like kind of what I was taught and what I've experienced as like Gen Z, like things have changed, what you have to do out there, how you have to respect people, how you have to protect yourself in situations, how you have to get tested, how you have to do all of this stuff.
That sounds like sound advice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a sound advice kind of guy. Why are you guys acting
That's kind of new.
That's the difference between on-air Kyro and off-air Kyro.
It's not really your brand. Sound advice.
So I guess the real question here is, no matter how good your advice might be, does the mom have, not a responsibility, but should the mom be notified that her son is going to somebody else for this kind of thing?
I'm trying to figure out and trying to put myself in her shoes with my son Jimmy and how I would feel. And I think the difference here, he's not 12, he's 18. I think it all just boils down to the relationship you have with her. And as long as you guys are still on good terms and there is respect there, I almost want to say I'd be okay with it. At least he was seeking some guidance out and wanting to talk to somebody and confide into somebody rather than just going out and making stupid mistakes.
I think I'd go to mom's.
You would?
I think I would. I'd go, hey, I just want to let you know what's going on here and tell me how you want me to proceed. If this is out of bounds, then I'll just stop here. But I do think that you should be aware, and I want you to know that we're having some kind of communication.
I think about, like, I put Jimmy in the same light, where if he were to message me in 18 years and be like, I have some advice, could you not tell my mom I asked you these things? I'd be like, why don't you want me to tell your mom?
Yeah.
I can't promise that because it's important. Like, I know that she would hate that, like, someone else is parenting your kid, essentially. And it's like keeping secrets from you. I wouldn't want to do that. So I'd be like, I can't promise I'm not going to tell your mom, but I'll do what I can.
Mo?
I wouldn't go to mom on this one. I would talk to him. I mean, I would feel like he's 18 now. He's an adult. Mom obviously trusted me at some point to be in her life, and I feel like the advice I'm going to give him is going to be good advice, so he'll be fine. If he trusted that with me, I would handle it.
We want you to run the advice by us, though, first. We're going to be your filter before you send it back to him.
The sample was pretty good. You gave us a good sample.
All right.
The Bert Show.